Meet Doug. Doug is not broke. Doug wants you to know that immediately, because Doug has spent the last decade very carefully not being broke. Doug has a stable job, a house with a yard, 2 car payments he calls reasonable, and a 401k he opened once and has never looked at again. By every metric that matters to Doug's family at Thanksgiving, Doug is doing great. And yet, somehow, if Doug's paycheck stopped tomorrow, Doug would have around 3 weeks before things got genuinely dark. This brings us to the question for today's video. How does someone who is, by every visible measure, doing fine, end up with almost nothing to show for it? The answer is something researchers actually have a name for. It's called lifestyle creep. Here's how it works, and I promise this is the least boring definition you'll hear all day. Every time Doug's income goes up, his spending rises to match it almost exactly, staying just close enough to zero net progress that he never notices. Doug got a raise in 2019. That year, Doug also got a truck. A bigger truck the year after that, for reasons Doug still can't fully explain. Let's get technical for a second, and I promise this part is actually the interesting bit. According to financial research, the majority of people earning 6 figures a real specific majority, not a vague. A lot of people report living paycheck to paycheck, not because they don't earn enough, because whatever they earn becomes the new baseline within about 6 months. And baselines don't feel like decisions, they just feel like life. The gap between those two lines, the actual space where wealth is supposed to accumulate, is where your net worth was supposed to live. In Doug's case, it's currently occupied by a truck. Doug's wife has started referring to the truck as the second mortgage we didn't need. Here's the meta problem with all of this, and I mean that literally. Because it's happening to you right now, watching this exact video. You are currently having the thought, this isn't me. I don't have a truck like that. That thought is lifestyle creep's favorite trick. Doug thinks his truck is reasonable. The guy with the bigger truck thinks his is reasonable too. Everyone, at every income level, is the reasonable one, and somehow the national savings rate still looks the way it looks. So why does this trap work so well specifically on people who are doing fine? Because doing fine removes the emergency. Nobody budgets carefully while their house is on fire. There is a second, sneakier layer to this trap, and it's the reason Doug's problem is actually harder to fix than being flat broke. When you're broke, the problem is visible. You know exactly what's wrong, because your bank account tells you every single day. Doug's bank account never tells him anything. Doug's bank account just sits there at a comfortable, unremarkable number, quietly hiding the fact that despite doing everything he was told was correct, Doug is not actually building anything. So what actually breaks the pattern? Not a raise. We already covered that a raise just moves the baseline. Not a new budgeting app, which Doug has downloaded 4 times and deleted 4 times. The actual fix is almost insultingly simple, and financial literacy resources have been saying it in slightly different words for decades. You have to lock a portion of every future raise away before your lifestyle gets a vote, not try to save more. A structural rule, a fixed percentage of every single increase, automatically redirected before it ever touches Doug's checking account, before Doug's brain even registers it as spendable money. Because here's the actual uncomfortable core of the whole video. Doug was never bad at money. Doug was bad at defense. He built no structure between the moment money arrived and the moment his lifestyle absorbed it, and lifestyle, given zero resistance, will absorb literally everything, indefinitely, forever. The same way water finds every gap in a foundation. Doug is currently on his 5th budgeting app, so the next time you catch yourself thinking I'm not rich, but I'm doing fine, just remember, Doug thought that too.